My name is Sandhya Kanade, and I live in the US on the East Coast. I'm a physician by profession who works for a big hospital. So the work I do as a healer is pretty intense. Initially, I was a typical material scientist kind of a person who was very happy doing what I did, taking care of patients, treating them, and felt I was doing a good job. But then with time, in my personal life, there were questions that were arising, and those were, what's the purpose of what I'm doing? Why am I here? What's the value of life? So I explored several different forms of spirituality, Indian spirituality specifically. Then I went to churches looking for answers. Then I went to mosque looking for answers, and then read a lot of books. So that was the stage of inquiry. And then I learned meditation, hoping that that would help me. I learned Kriya Yoga, and I thought maybe if I go look inwards instead of looking at books and reading books, I would be able to get my answers. To an extent, that has happened, but incidentally, it also left me very restless because I think there was a discordance between my inner life and outer life. So what I did and what I practiced. So at that time, I realized I was not very happy with what I was doing. I wasn't satisfied with just treating patients when they got very sick and came to the hospital. Don't get me wrong, I work in a great hospital and I'm happy to be there and I'm proud to be there. But there was this discordance that I was just putting a bandage on their problems and not really healing them. And healing is what I felt was my purpose. And in the background of all this, I have my guru, and I think even though he's no longer alive, I know his hand is there everywhere, and he's been guiding me to various forms of healing methods. And finally, I happened to meet Valentina and Dr. Goswami, and I would relate that incident to being synchronicity. I happened to be in the Bahamas with my husband. He was attending a conference and I was just tagging along for fun. I had nothing better to do. I was walking on the beach, and then I see Shivananda Ashram, and that intrigued me, and I said, let me go check out and see what's in there. And then I spoke to the office folks, and they allowed me to use a day pass and explore the different workshops that are happening there. Someone guided me through the grounds, etc. And one of the workshops that I happened to attend was Valentina's workshop, and I think there was a connection we found there. At the end of it, she said, you have to sit with us and chat with us. You have to meet Dr. Goswami. Unfortunately, I had missed his workshop earlier in the day. I was late, and so, but that opened a new world. And the talk she gave and the work that we did was on archetypes, and I was very fascinated by that. And I was surprised to find that my archetype is wholeness, and I'm a healer, and there was much more that I could do. And that is how my journey into quantum science began. And now I know that for immediate problems, emergent problems, I am going to do my allopathic medicine. It is important, it has its role. And for things that cannot be healed that way, for example, I feel very strongly about substance abuse patients that I treat. In fact, I know so many of these patients because they keep coming for withdrawal and detox so often. I know them so well. And I feel terrible for them. And I've gone through different phases where initially I was judgmental, and then I slowly became compassionate and used to feel their pain. And now I think I've slowly moved to being empathic. And now I want to find answers for them. I want to find ways of healing them, just so that they don't go through this cycle over and over again. I do recognize that we may not find answers for all of them. We may not be able to heal all of them, but I think they deserve a good chance, and I think I found my path. And in this 10-day retreat, I have met some amazing people who do similar kind of healing work. And there are so many pathways to healing. And I'm so fortunate to be here with all of you. And I've learned so much from everyone. So the La La Land where I lived in is no longer La La Land. This is La La Land, I think. And there's so much love and energy. And we are here to heal everyone and ourselves. My goal with this program, I've enrolled myself in the PhD program because I do want to do research so the world is able to make use of this information. But I think the first thing that needs to happen is I need to transform myself so that I am the witness and I am the evidence for other people to make. So allopathic medicine treats just the physical body and the dysfunctions that arise and cause diseases. But there's much more to a human being than the physical bodies. And I think ancient medicine did talk about them, ancient sciences did talk about them. Somewhere along the way we lost track of them. There's much more. In fact, Indian spirituality, Ayurveda, the Vedas and all those do talk about the different koshas or the layers of the human being. It's just not just the physical body. There's a vital body, a mental body, and a supramental body, and dysfunctions could happen at various levels. So if I just treat a patient with allopathic medicine, it's only going to take care of the physical body. These other defects in other parts of the whole human is not going to be addressed. And I think that is where Dr. Goswami's work and Dr. Valentina Onisar's work is really important.